For some reason, I'm only like 4 videos into this channel, and I decided now I start being open and personal and with the hard videos to make. But they're not hard because I am talking. I am saying everything. But I keep re-recording them because I don't know if what I'm saying is right or if it makes sense. Because it doesn't even make sense to me. And that's my problem. I need a therapist. I'm on a wait list, but I need it. I need it right now because it don't make sense. And honestly, I don't need a therapist because these are things that I need to figure out myself. Yes, a therapist can help with that, but at the end of the day, who knows me the most but me? So, what I want to talk about is how it wasn't as bad when I came out as trans and not even that, when I was a femboy, because after high school, I had a little bit of a femboy era up until like January 2024, I think was when I came out as transgender. So September was when I got into college. And then after a bit, actually at Halloween 2023 was when the day I became a femboy. And then I became a femboy up until January 2024. And I was very, very euphoric about girl things only. I was only euphoric about looking like a girl and being a woman up until very recently. And by very recently, I mean when I went to Vienna, which was like 4 months ago. It was April. April changed me. Because, bro, all I cared about was being a girl, looking like a girl. Even when I stopped wearing pink and I went to emo and goth, I was like, I still want to look like a girl at the end of the day. I still want to be feminine all the time. But now, it's been weird. It's been different. Because when I was in Vienna, I started buying clothes that are like this. Like the card shirts. And they're more on the boyish side, in my opinion. At the end of the day, gender is not real. It doesn't make sense. It's something we made up as people to make our lives easier, I guess. But it hasn't made our lives easier. It just made it more difficult for everyone. But I still don't understand it. I don't know what to call myself. I am still calling myself a trans woman because at the end of the day, that is the goal, to be a woman. But at the same time, socially, physically, I want to be a woman. I want to be 100% female. But socially, question mark, I don't know. Because it started getting euphoric about being a boy. And the more and more I pass as a woman, the more euphoric I get about being a boy. And I feel so weird about it. Because honestly, my childhood, yeah, I was sad that I could not be like a girl. I could not have long hair and dresses. But at the end of the day, to me personally, my childhood was the happiest I'd ever been. I mean, I loved cars. I loved the Lego Batman movie. Bro, the most happiest I've been was when the Lego Batman movie came out. And, you know, I was collecting all the sets for it. I was so happy. And then I watched the movie twice in cinema. First time I watched a movie twice ever in cinema. And thinking about those memories now, I'm so happy. Like, I'm on the verge of tears right now, explaining it to you. But compared to, and this is my problem, this is my biggest issue, I've seen trans women on Instagram Reels saying that they hate their childhood, that they despise it. They don't even think it's the same person as they are now. And honestly, fair enough. But someone who's so connected to being a boy, it makes me feel weird about being a woman. And I should not care this much about it because I think I've already said it, but gender, as we know it, is just a social construct. And it doesn't make sense and it's made up. But why I care so much about these little things? So, I'm so euphoric about my hair. But that's literally the only, like, girlish thing that I've been, like, euphoric about. Most times out of 10, I'm so happy because I look like a boy. It's so weird. Well, not look. Maybe acting. Acting like a boy is a probably better word for it, because like I'm happy looking like, with the makeup and stuff. Like you can't catch me going outside without makeup, because makeup makes me happy. But the way I dress, like I've not recently like dressed like super feminine or anything. I'm like so happy. Like I even joke to my friends a lot that HRT and being a woman in general has just made me more comfortable being a boy. And that's how I feel generally. Like, and I feel like weird about that, because like that usually isn't the goal. The goal is to be fully female, be fully a girl, be fully woman. But to me, it's like, no. I mean, the goal is physically to be a woman, but socially, it's more fluid than that. Oh my god, I just. If I was in a movie, that would be like such a good like title card. It's more fluid than that, and then big fluid title screen comes up. I know I just made the joke, but I don't want to. I don't want to come out as anything just yet. I'm still trans woman. It's just something that I'm having difficulty with, because like I'm getting bi euphoria a lot lately, because I've been acting more boyish. I've been more comfortable being a boy, and I haven't had woman euphoria as much compared to boy euphoria. It's so weird. And it's not even just that, it's the pronoun thing as well. The main pronouns, the her, she, her, that's staying. That's not going away. We're not having any more pronouns, right? But when addressing me, I prefer sir over mom. I prefer miss overall. Miss or sir. Any of those two. They go hard. They're crazy. They're crazy good. Mr. or mom. No. Ma'am. Ma'am. Ew. When addressing me back in the day, I used words like when I was a wee little lad or when I was a boy, because that's who I was back then. I was a boy. I was never a girl. Even today, it still feels weird when I get called a girl. It feels so weird. I'm not saying this to be like a little goblin, to be like one of those transphobic women, because I'm not. I'm saying this as my own personal experience. It still feels weird to be called a girl. It's like, as a child, I don't think I was a girl. And I only started, like, I feel like I went from boy to woman. And that's the thing. I feel like I'm like one of the boys. I feel like a lad still. But I also feel like a woman. And it's so weird. I don't understand it. And I'm not gonna like, label it just yet. I'm still saying that I'm a trans woman and a lesbian and all that jazz, because at the end of the day, I feel like more like a woman than I do a bloke. I don't feel like a bloke at all. To me, there's a difference between being a man and being a boy, and I was a boy. And there's a difference between being a girl and being a woman, and I was never a girl. I am a woman. That's my confusion. It's that I didn't go through the timeline the way you're supposed to go through the timeline, because it's usually boy to man or girl to woman, and I went through it boy to woman, which is different. And even other trans people, a lot of them, would not say that they went from boy to woman. They'd say they went from girl to woman, or boy to man, or just denounce their childhood entirely. But with me, I feel such a connection to the early years of my life, and they were when I was the most happiest. And I have such a connection to the things I enjoyed back then, like Batman and like cars and like Lego and like all that jazz. And I loved that time of my life so much, even though it was hard, I guess, for me. Still, I don't feel right, trying to change history for myself personally and say that I was never a boy to begin with, because I was. And even today, I still feel a bit like a boy, even though I'm a woman now. And it's so weird. Maybe I'll grow out of it, maybe I won't. But I don't know. This was a strange video. If this connects to anyone, whether you're a trans man who, you know, has a relationship to his childhood of like being a girl back then and is like, I'm a man now, but I still feel a bit like a girl. Or if you're like me and a trans woman who's like, oh, I'm a woman now, but I still feel like a boy. Or maybe you're like non-binary or gender fluid and you still relate to this. I hope this brings comfort that there is someone out there who feels like this too. I hope this brings more light to different expressions of being trans, because I feel like we need more diversity in our community to talk about these things, because it's why I don't change my voice, because I love my voice so much. Like, I don't see it as like something to be dysphoric about. I love my voice. I think it's so beautiful and unique, and it's like iconic to me at this point. I feel I don't change that because I don't see it as a man voice. I just see it as a voice, right? And I just love my voice so much. But like most trans women won't think that, and maybe I should stop comparing myself to other people, and that's my problem right there. And we just did a whole video, 14 minutes. Bro, I don't need therapy. I just need to talk to you guys. I think I'm gonna end it right there. It was a very chaotic video, I guess. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz.